Welcome back, my fellow crafters. Today we are here with another DIY. Take a look. Beautiful. If you want to make this, stay tuned. Now, these are the colors I chose. I only used the black and the burgundy, but you can choose whatever colors you want. These items straight from Dollar Tree, and here are the list of the other things you will need to complete today's project. Let's get started. Okay, so here we are with our 5 wooden planks. Again, I said you can get these from Dollar Tree, but I think you can also find them at Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's, or any other craft store like Joann's or Michael's. Now these, they have a rough side and a smooth side. You can of course sand them to get them as smooth as you want them to be. I did not want to do that today, so I just stuck with the smooth side on all 5 of them and painted those. Now, what you don't see is that I took my sponge brush. Yes, I am using a sponge brush. I dipped it in a little bit of water off to the side before I put it in my paint. Why did I do this? Because doing so creates a faux wood stain look. I didn't want to paint it a complete solid color. If you want to do that, that is completely fine. But as you see, I am just brushing on the diluted paint and then wiping it off with my towel, and it creates a wood stain look instead of a painted wood look. And to me, I feel it just gave it a more rustic look since we are creating a window, so to speak. Now I did do this 2 times because I wasn't completely satisfied with the darkness of it. Although I could have left it at this level, it would have been perfectly fine. I just wanted it to be darker. And then as you see here, I am also going to go around and paint the 2 long sides and one of the short sides. And if you're wondering why my painting parts of my videos are always sped up, it's because when you're doing a craft with painting, painting will be the longest part of your craft. Honestly, this craft took me maybe about an hour to make. And so I cut down maybe 45 minutes of just painting and waiting for paint to dry. While we are sitting here watching me paint these beautiful planks, I would love to know in the comments what you all have been up to this last week. Have you created anything new, fun, and exciting? If you have, let me know in the comments below. And if there are any crafts you want to see in the future, also let me know in the comments below. And we are moving on to our 2 mini crates. Here I did the same thing, dipped my brush in a little bit of water, and then dipped the brush into the paint and then brushed it onto my surfaces. Now again, if you really want to, you can simply just paint it a solid color. I only chose to do this because I was being extra and fancy. If you want to keep it simple, that is perfectly fine. And make sure you do this on all 4 sides and the inside of your crates. You want complete coverage, whichever type of painting or staining style you choose. those inside corners were really hard to get to. So be mindful of that when you are choosing the brush to paint your projects. Look at my hands. Are you a crafter if your hands aren't really covered in glue or paint or glitter? Now, the next step is me plugging up my glue gun. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to quickly show you what the next step will be. We're going to glue our crates side by side together like that. And then we are going to take 3 planks and put them vertically. And then take the other 2 planks and place them on top. And you want to make sure you line each one up so they are straight, corner to corner to corner. And then with this last plank, you want to find the perfect spot. And you may want to place your crates onto your wood because they will be at the bottom of this window, kind of like a flower box. And that way you can figure out exactly where you want to place that last plank, whether you want it to be up further or down a little bit more. And if you want to, you can mark off these places with a marker. That way you'll know exactly where you're going to be gluing them. So yeah, this is what it will look like once it's all glued together. Alright, now time to start gluing. And you'll see me flip that last plank around because there were some indentations at the bottom of that middle plank, and I wanted to hide it by putting it behind that top plank. And when I did this, I completely forgot to paint the top edge of that one, but it doesn't matter. But that is why I flipped it, if you all were wondering. Alright, like I said, just get some hot glue. We're going to glue each plank down. And I had to move fast when I was gluing because for some strange reason my glue decided it wanted to dry really fast today. Another one of our little happy accidents here, which I eventually fixed. My glue gun was tripping that day, you all. I don't know what was wrong. I need a new one, but it's not a crisis. I can keep dealing with the one I have. Alright, and now that top piece is glued down, we're going to glue down our middle piece. But before, I guess we're going to glue our crates together. And you can use hot glue, you can use wood glue, you can use E6000. You could probably even use super glue. Just want to make sure you're using a strong glue. And this is what I mean when I said my glue kept drying. You all saw that glue I just put on that crate, and it wasn't sticking, and I was so confused. And as soon as I took it off, I'm like, this glue completely dried already. Yeah, look at that, dried completely. Now if you don't want to be like me and hold them together, Dollar Tree sells these craft clamps, where if you are gluing something like this together and you want to hold it together without actually having to hold it together, you can use those clamps to keep them together while you move on to another part of your project or another project, so you don't have to hold it and wait for them to dry. And here I am gluing the crates down. I was having trouble getting that one glue string off, y'all. Don't laugh at me. Okay, so now that everything is glued down, this is what we are working with. And we have come to one of my favorite parts, or the favorite part, the decoration part. Now I have this laser wood cut out of the word family. Thinking about putting it here. And then I have my other favorites, my foil rub-ons. The big one says family, the little one says forever, and then there's a little house with a heart. Now you don't have to put them on the crates. You could put them wherever you want to on this project. And you can use whatever you want. I mean, if you wanted to say family, you can. You can use it to say inspire, or you could put nothing there altogether. Completely up to you. After much consideration, I decided to go with the laser wood cutout. Now I didn't do the wood stain technique here. I just simply applied 2 coats of paint to this. Something very simple. Y'all, my paint is so old. I need to go through all of my paints, but my main goal is to not just buy a bunch of stuff. I want to use what I have at home first before going out to buy any more supplies, you know. Again, applying a second coat of paint. Now I thought I was going to add some dimensions and highlights and all that good stuff by adding this light color on here. It wasn't working the way I wanted it to, so you'll eventually just see me kind of covering that back up with some more red paint and calling it a day. And here I'm just fixing that little bit of red that got on to the side of this box when I accidentally moved my brush too fast and wasn't paying attention. Alright, next step, we are going to cut us some rope. Now you're going to measure the length of the window pane and then add a little bit extra to give you a slack line. And here I just cut my 2 pieces. And then we are going to hot glue them to each of the sides. You can put them however high or however low you want to. Remember, I did hang pictures on mine. If you remember the video or the picture from the beginning, you do not have to hang pictures on yours. You could simply just leave it as is and put a background in the back, or just some fairy lights and some flowers. I'm all about versatility with my crafts. So just because you all see me when I'm decorating my crafts and purposing my crafts, you don't have to do this the same way. Now these beads that you saw me painting were a very last minute decision. So that's why they look the way they do. I thought about it towards the end. I could have just put them on the string and tied a knot, then glued them onto the frame. But again, they were a last minute decision, so. And they still worked out pretty fine, actually. You'll see towards the end. Here I am doing my favorite thing, which is adding a layer of Mod Podge and glitter onto my laser cutout sign. And these are those beads that I was mentioning. Like from the top view they looked nice, but once you stood it up they looked kind of weird. But again, I said I somehow they worked out perfectly for the end result. And again, this is a decoration step you could completely skip if you don't want them on there. Like I said, the only reason I added this rope was because I was intending to hang pictures on here. If that is not your intention for this project, you do not have to add this rope or these beads. This project, you could simply leave the ropes off. Again, you can hang fairy lights or LED lights, or again, you completely leave it blank. You could put a backdrop behind it, like it's some cardstock, and put it on the back to add like a scenery. And I'll show you other uses that I attempted to kind of again show. Alright, here we are, the almost finished project, and you see that battery pack and LED strip light, because I have already kind of went around each of the panels and taped a light strip to the back of it. And when you set it up, it looks like this. And on the inside, you can put, like I said, whatever you want. You can use it to put candy in there. I think I put my pen in it. You can use it as a little stationary desk, put some pens and some post-it notes in there. It's a cute way to hang little notes by your front door, or in a dorm room, or in an office. You can put your remote controls in there, and that can stand as like a TV console thing. The possibilities are endless. It's really up to your imagination, or whatever you really need it for. And now that I'm thinking about it, that actually would be cute to hang by your front door, and put post-it notes and pens, and you can hang them from the strings there. And then you could add some S hooks at the bottom if you were going to hang it from the wall, and you can put your keys up there. See? Crafts, they just keep going and going and going. I chose to add flowers to mine. And so you see me here working with these floral blocks or foam blocks, whatever you want to call them. I am by no means a florist. I don't design bouquets on a regular, not my thing. I just have an eye for what I like. I like what I like, as they say. So I took 4 bunches of flowers from Dollar Tree, and I cut the stem shorter. And I just started placing them randomly into the foam block. I had to cut this and turn it around so I could see what I was doing. So give me a second. Haha, there we are. And as you see, those 4 red beads, they kind of just fell into place there. I was able to stick flowers into them, so it worked out in the end in my favor. See, I told you all, I'm not a florist, but to me this looked pretty darn good. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now again, you could hang this up on your wall, or you could do as I did and place it on one of my bookcases in my living room. And there you see me hanging flowers. I needed smaller clothespins, but again, these were the ones that I had, and I am all about using what I have instead of going out and buying new things. And that is my young little boy for his graduation from pre-K pictures. And that is an old picture of myself and him when he was 2 years old. And there you have it, a window photo booth. Great for hanging family memories or family pictures. Or like I said, if you want to put it by your door, hang post-it notes. But this is what I turned it into, and I honestly love it. I really love it so much. This was fun to make. So if you all decide to make this, whether you make it the exact same way or add your own little flair, I would love to see it. Tell me how it went for you. Let's see, this is where it is on my bookshelf. And this is what it looks like with the fairy lights on. I even took them and went through some of the flowers, went around the other top part, and went through the pictures. So I hope you enjoyed this craft, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.